Ladies and gentlemen, it's over. The GOAT debate for basketball is over. And I'm going to explain my compelling GOAT argument right now. I think LeBron James is the greatest basketball player to ever touch a basketball, and especially to ever be in the NBA. And I don't know. This isn't going to be a podcast shitting on Michael Jordan, more just defending LeBron, because I feel like, when players are playing, people tend to cheer against them, and when they're having success against their favorite team, they cheer against them. And, usually when greatness retires 10 years down the line, they look back and like, oh my God, he actually was a legend. Sort of like with Tom Brady, but Tom Brady played so long that eventually people liked him at the end of his career. So like in year 17, 16, I hated Tom Brady. He was Deflategate, all this stuff, I was like, he's not the GOAT. Peyton Manning's the greatest ever. And then he kept playing. 42 came around. Age 42 came around. I was like, oh, Tom Brady's pretty cool. I like how he can play at 42. His longevity is pretty inspiring. And then, he won another chip with Buccaneers. I was like, all right, this man's 43. He's the greatest football player I've ever seen in my life. And then he played until he was 45, 46. So I feel like, in Tom Brady's like prime, I hated him. But as the greatness slowly settled in, I was like, wow, this guy's actually better than my favorite player, Peyton Manning. And I feel like that's with a lot of people with LeBron. And I was talking to a few people, and they said, "Oh, Jordan's still the best, dude. I mean, LeBron only broke the scoring record because he played long." It's like, what did you just say? Can you repeat that real quick? He broke the scoring record. Why? Because he played long? Oh yeah, that's called longevity. Something that Michael Jordan didn't have. And you can say, oh yeah, well, Michael Jordan retired and came back at 38, 39. I mean, his efficiency was horrible. 40% from the field, less than 30% from three. I mean, like LeBron. So that at 38, Jordan had 41% shot 41% from the field goal range, and 18% from 3-point range. Averaged 23 points. Okay. Year 38. I don't care if he didn't play 3 years before. I just sincerely do not care. I don't care. Year 38. He was still in shape. He was playing baseball, everything, right? Or year 38 for LeBron, or age 38. Efficiency, field goal percentage, 51%. That's 10 more percent than Jordan. 32% from three. That's 13% more than Jordan. 14%, whatever. Averaging 30. Averaging 30, 7, and 9. LeBron's arguably having his best statistical year of his career at age 38. Longevity is a factor. You can't say, oh, he played longer. So no, that goes with LeBron's argument. That helps LeBron. You're helping LeBron by saying, oh, he just broke it because he played longer. He played longer because he could play longer. And people say, oh well, look at the rings, dude. Well, if that's the case, then all right. Let me just call Bill Russell, tell him he's the GOAT real quick. Because Bill Russell has more than Jordan. He's more than Jordan and LeBron. So you can say all that, but also with Jordan, what did Jordan do without Scottie Pippen? I'm not saying he couldn't have done anything without Scottie Pippen, but I'm saying, what did he do without Scottie Pippen? And then I told my friends that, and they're like, oh, what did LeBron do without Dwayne Wade? Lots of things, actually. He went over to Cleveland with Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith and beat the greatest team in NBA history. If not the greatest, the second greatest NBA team in NBA history. I mean, even like right now, the Lakers have, when LeBron's on the court, they have a greater net rating than the Bucks. When he's off the court, they have a lower net rating than the Hornets. Okay? That's basically saying that if you take LeBron off this team, they're the worst team in the league. Worst team in the league by a mile, with Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, and Thomas Bryant, Lonnie Walker, Troy Brown, whatever, right? And this is year 38, guys. I can't get over the fact that people still think that LeBron doesn't put up an argument for the GOAT. Like, okay, you can still say, we all have favorites. You can still say MJ's the GOAT. That's fine. But if we're looking with our own eyes and we're talking about who is the greatest basketball player to ever play in the NBA, who dominated in every way, shape, and form, who carried teams, who was the most valuable player on the court at all times, if LeBron became a free agent this summer, every team would think about it. There's not one team in the NBA at age 39 that wouldn't think about LeBron signing him at 39 for a 3-year deal. There's not one team in the NBA who would not think about that. It's sort of like Aaron Rodgers right now, right? I'm not comparing Aaron Rodgers and LeBron, but like Aaron Rodgers at 38, 39 just had a solid year. We know he still has something left in the tank. Every team's thinking about trading for him. Every single team. There's not one team in the NFL who's not thinking about, oh my God, I could have Aaron Rodgers right now, besides maybe the Chiefs, right? But like, there's not one team that's not thinking about LeBron. And this is year 40. So I'm saying longevity matters. Breaking the scoring record does matter. Because it'd be different. Okay, it'd be different if LeBron broke the scoring record and he was averaging, 9, 10 points in his 22nd year, whatever. He's fallen off, and he just played long, so he broke it, and he just broke it by like a few hundred points. Oh, yeah, that's cool and all. This man is going to cruise by this record by miles. We're going to be looking down. We're going to look down and then look back up in 4 fucking years, and LeBron's going to have 43,000 points and retire. Maybe 45,000. I don't know. That will never be broken. Not until there's people with robotic arms and legs in 90 years when I'm 6 feet under. That's not going to be broken. There's not one player in the NBA who would break that today. If Luka Doncic played at the level he is now for the next 20 years, maybe. But that's the thing. That is the thing. There's no one ever in sports history besides Tom Brady who has had this type of longevity. NFL, right? QBs play till 40. They can still throw the ball, whatever. We're talking about the NBA here. Full sprint up and down the court. Best athletes in the world. You aren't just sitting in the pocket throwing a ball, right? And scrambling every once in a while. You are sprinting up and down the court, playing defense, offense, all this shit. 38 years old. In my opinion, that is what makes him the GOAT, the longevity. That's what made Brady the GOAT. If Brady would have retired at 35, or not retired, but like fell off at 35 and then slowly, he wouldn't have been the GOAT. I don't think. I mean, it would have been sort of like this. It would have been sort of like the Jordan thing. Like, he'll have an argument for the GOAT, but he wouldn't have been solidified, right? You can argue LeBron is not solidified right now, I guess. But by the end of his career, if you hate LeBron right now, trust me, you're going to look back and you're like, wow, I got to witness that. I was fortunate enough to be able to witness the greatest basketball player to ever live. I guarantee you're going to look back in 4 years, look at LeBron's career and be like, holy shit, we really just watched a superhuman for 20 years. And that's not even like my best argument, the longevity thing, whatever. You guys got to realize this. And I know some of you guys are probably younger watching this. Maybe you're older, maybe you, whatever. But if you are older, you know this. And I was born like on the day that LeBron was, or not on the day, but like, I was 02. He was drafted in 03, whatever, right? But I'm a LeBron freaking fan, obviously, so I know this. But when he was 16 years old, he was already like hyped up to be one of the greatest players ever. Like, there was an interview with I forget his name, but he was interviewing with LeBron at 18 years old, saying, "How does it feel, LeBron? How does it feel to know that if you aren't a Hall of Fame caliber player, you'll be considered a bust on all the magazines, all the Sports Illustrated, everything?" And LeBron just said, "There is no pressure. I'm just playing the game I love." But imagine being that hyped up, being compared to Jordan, everyone, every single great, and living up to that shit for 20 years and being the greatest of all time. This man had all the pressure in the world on him. All the pressure in the world, and he lived up to it. There's not many people who have done that, dude, in anything. In my opinion, this is my opinion. I love Michael Jordan. I think Michael Jordan is a great basketball. I think he's the second best player of all time. And I don't think I think it's LeBron, I think it's MJ, and then I think number 3 is down here, right? That's what I think. Um but in my opinion, the only athletes that compare to LeBron in sports history. Now, I'm not going to count hockey or soccer or sports that I haven't watched, but in sports that I've watched, in my opinion, the only athletes that compare are Tiger Woods as far as legacy and just pure domination. Michael Phelps, I mean, just miles ahead of everybody. Um, and Tom Brady, longevity and pure domination. I mean, yeah, LeBron's been to what 10 finals, lost 6, won 4. He went to 10 finals, like he lost like 3 of those or whatever against Curry in the 73-9 Warriors, all in their prime. And LeBron, like, I can't even express to you guys how shit that roster was. Channing Frye, J.R. Smith. Yeah, they had Kevin Love. Kyrie, pretty good, right? But, like, that doesn't compare to Curry, Durant, Klay Thompson, prime Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala off the bench. God, I mean, this was like prime Iggy, like 32, 33-year-old Iggy off the bench. That's who their bench. If LeBron had Iggy starting with him, maybe he'd be 10-0. Not 10-0, but maybe he'd be 5-5, 6-4 in the finals. But back to my longevity point. It does matter. The longevity does matter. That's not just like a volume thing. Like getting volume stats, that's a goddamn skill, And the funny thing is, LeBron last night. By the way, if you watched that game, I got chills, man. I mean, I just got chills. Like Kareem handing the ball off to LeBron at the end and saying, like, you're the GOAT now. You're the captain of this record now. That chills everything about that. And he's like, he grabbed the mic, he's like, fuck, man, thank you guys, or whatever. That was legendary, bro. But that was just a surreal experience. Like, we're gonna look back at that in 20 years, be like, I gotta watch LeBron break the scoring record, like, and that's never gonna happen again. I mean, it's been 40 fucking years since Kareem broke it. But yeah, so basically, like, LeBron had an interview last night, and Shaq said, "So, can you play for a few more years?" And LeBron said, "I think I can play at a very effective level, basically over the next 3 years, and I think I can help any franchise in this league with any group of guys win championships, multiple championships." And that type of attitude, that type of, like, I don't know what he does, dude, but he puts millions of dollars into his body each year, and that's why he is where he is today. But I don't know, guys. I don't know what to tell you. If you like, I at this point, if you don't think that LeBron has a serious, if you don't think he's the GOAT, to be honest with you, you're either an old head or you just hate LeBron. To be honest with you, it's a fact. It's just a fact. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I could probably come out here and bring up all the stat sheets. I mean, I already did sort of with, like, whatever, but, like, Tom Brady, he was amazing in the beginning of his career, the middle of his career, and the end of his career. LeBron James, he was good in the beginning of his career, the middle of his career, the end of his career. Great throughout. Same with Tom Brady. Great, phenomenal, superstar. Right, all 20-something years, both players. Michael Jordan, great in the beginning, great in the middle, didn't really have a middle, and then fell off in the end. Longevity matters. Ability to carry a team too. Like I said, with, like, all that shit, man. With just having players like J.R. Smith to rely on. I mean, LeBron, like, just imagine what the Cavaliers would have done, like, without LeBron, and they just had Kyrie and Kevin Love and the rest of the team. They'd be the worst team in the league. Maybe like win 35 games, right? I'm done. You guys get the point. Congratulations, LeBron. In my book, you're the GOAT. Jordan's still a GOAT in his own right, but he's not the greatest basketball player to ever exist. He's the second greatest basketball player to ever exist. With that being said, though, I am going to make a list. I think I want to make like my top 20 players of all time NBA, and I'm gonna really do my research, really take my time with that list, and I want to make a podcast doing that. I'm also gonna do the top 32 quarterbacks currently in the NFL as well. That's gonna be a podcast. But I just wanted to get this out here so I can just try to let as many people as I know. I want to let as many people as I know, like, let them know that we are witnessing greatness right now, and we are taking it for granted. We're taking it for granted. Oh yeah, LeBron won the scoring record. We're all gonna move on. Like, I know, like, you might think whatever, but literally greatness is in the NBA right now, and once LeBron leaves, that's not gonna be there for who knows how long. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it while it's here. And that's pretty much all I got to say. That's pretty much it. LeBron's the GOAT, in my opinion. That's my argument. If you have any counter arguments, keep them to yourself, because I don't feel like arguing. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Turn on notifications. If you're on Spotify or anywhere else you listen to podcasts, drop a 5-star review. And I appreciate you guys. Thanks. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next one. Peace out.